Ladies and gentlemen, I think it's pretty safe to say that we have hit the pinnacle or one of the pinnacles for Get Woke Go Broke, right? Like we have experienced so many versions of Get Woke Go Broke in the year of 2023, and we are now starting the year of 2024 off with something that is just hilarious. So we have an article here from Fandom Pulse that we went over on Saturday Night Hypnosis, but I wanted to make a separate video about it because I wanted to just give more insight and more discussion around just how terrible this entire thing is, right? I just really cannot believe that people like this are begging for money online from the same fans that they say that they don't want their money to begin with unless they agree with them 100% ideologically. It really is such a hypocritical stance to take. And the fact that you're doing this to try to make your rent, like, do you have no pride? I mean, you really must not have any. These people have absolutely no pride in themselves whatsoever. They have absolutely no pride in their work or the ability to sustain themselves. That the point is they're begging for money. I don't even know where to even begin. Like I said, we spoke about this on Saturday Night Hypnosis, and I'm still dumbfounded by it. So let's get into this article, guys, from Fandom Pulse. But of course, before we do, if you are new here, just consider hitting that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it, and like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. So we have a headline from Fandom Pulse that reads, Marvel and DC writers MAGS VISSAGIO and Sean McKeever beg for rent money online while the comic industry collapses. Now, if you don't know who MAGS VISSAGIO is and Sean McKeever is, they are two extremely woke dudes in the comic book industry. And yes, I know what you're saying, that MAGS VISSAGIO sounds like a female name, but let's be very clear, this is not a female at all. This is a male in pretend. Now, again, every single thing that MAGS VISSAGIO touches is essentially a trans allegory or a trans story in general. He is incapable of writing anything else. He has been nominated for so many different LGBTQ related comic book awards that he never won, by the way. Not from what I saw. It's always just nominated. It's never actually winning. But still, this is the person who is in charge of your comic books. Now, he has an obsession with Kurt Cobain. I don't really know what it is, but he has an absolute obsession with Kurt Cobain because he thinks that Kurt Cobain was a trans person. He thinks that Kurt Cobain is some sort of trans icon that they're trying to latch onto. And he's not the only one who thinks that, all right? He obviously has an issue in his head, and he writes this entire excuse as to why Kurt Cobain was a trans woman, and it's very clear that Kurt Cobain was not a trans woman. He even goes to show like this picture of Kurt Cobain, right, in a group picture, saying that, oh, he quote tweeted, she is ours, we will not be returning her. Yes, referencing to Kurt Cobain, that she is ours, we'll not be returning her. They think that Kurt Cobain was a trans woman. It really is ridiculous. These people live in such a false sense of reality that they'll attach themselves to basically anything that could give them even a slight bit of validation. They're going to attach themselves to it. But this article here from Fandom Pulse talks about a recent tweet that MAGS VISSAGIO put out, and I wanted to just talk about a little bit more compared to our stream. But he put out this tweet that says, we could use some help till our next paycheck, invoice December 7th, following a pretty catastrophic month, and then proceeds to link his Cash App and his Venmo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is absolutely pathetic. I really don't know what else to put in there other than to call it pathetic. I mean, again, you have to have some sort of pride in yourself, right? I'm not the type of person to go out and ask for help, even though I absolutely may need it at that point in time. I'll do anything possible to figure it out myself, like a real man probably will. And this person who has given up their manhood apparently is perfectly fine with begging for money online. Now, apparently this is following a pretty catastrophic month, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I imagine how many months have they had about this, because apparently MAGS VISSAGIO, or aka Brian, has actually been asking for money multiple times online. He has put out multiple posts begging people for money to pay his rent. This is apparently not the first time. I've had people comment on my last video informing me of that, and I think that even makes it even worse. It is just so pathetic to see this go down, and the fact that this is a grown-ass man who was already pathetically playing pretend as a woman is now trying to beg people online for money. It's really insane. And then you have Sean Kelly McKeever over here, who makes tweets like this. To be clear, if you're a Comicsgate supporter hoping I'll retweet your positive reviews of my work, yeah, nah. And you're probably not the leading Hispanic voice in science fiction either, just because a right-wing website says so. If it upsets you that you were kind to my work and yet I reacted like this, maybe contemplate why that might be. Again, this is from somebody who clearly thinks that they are so virtuous, right? They think that they're above everybody else. Oh, you need to think to yourself as to why I'm upset from what you said. You need to think about that, right? Like this kind of person who thinks that they're above everyone else. And I mean, look at the virtue signal, right? This man is wearing a mask in his profile picture, ladies and gentlemen. Like, what are you protecting yourself from in this picture? I'll never know. You're very clearly in a room or an office or some kind of whatever. You may be at home and you're taking a picture with a mask. That basically tells me everything I need to know about who you are as a person. But again, it's very clear that these people have no problems begging for money online. They have no problems trying to get people to pay for their failures. Again, this is failing upward. This is essentially what it is. All of this is failing upward. They don't want to admit that their comics don't sell. They don't want to admit that their work is not very good. So instead of doing that, they're just going to sit there and pretend as if everything is fine professionally, but we just happen to be out of money somehow, some way. And please pay our rent for the next few months so we can keep making these woke comics. Yeah, that's clearly what the world needs right now. The world needs Mags Vissaggio and Sean Kelly McKeever to keep making freaking woke comics, clearly, you know? So it's funny to me. It really is. And I don't like to celebrate when people are down, but I mean, listen, this is what it is, right? This person attacks people every single day. If you go to their Twitter and you scroll down far enough, you're going to see nothing but obviously talking about trans, but they're also going to be talking about attacking people for their beliefs, attacking people for their own personal ideologies, and anybody who disagrees with Mags Vissaggio is going to get his wrath. That's basically what it is. So going through his Twitter is really just a political Twitter for the most part. There's really not that much comic books or gaming stuff or anything like that, but I was trying to find the last time that he begged for money online to try to show a pattern, but I have to scroll through a ton of tweets that are very, very angry in order to even come close to being able to find something. So it goes to show, not only that, Mags Vissaggio apparently is the writer for Rebel Moon, the comic. Apparently, Zack Snyder hired Mags Vissaggio, which I think is pretty damn hilarious, right? Zack Snyder, like you're trying to make a name for yourself with Rebel Moon. You're trying to make this into this big epic adventure, this big IP that's going to span multiple films, and you hire someone like Mags Vissaggio, who is known for writing absolute garbage, for not putting out anything that's even remotely successful in any way other than diversity, equity, and inclusion. I don't know why you would hire this person other than, again, diversity, equity, and inclusion being forced on you, but still, this is where we're at. So I think it's pretty damn funny, ladies and gentlemen. I wanted to just talk about it a little bit more because I don't know, man. I think that this is just sad. It's so sad. Look at this guy. He put a GoFundMe that says, "Help me get through the year." Are you kidding me right now, you grown-ass man? Help me get through the year? You couldn't really help yourself? Seriously? And then he tried to make this whole pity party of, oh, I'm going to have to get a minimum wage job. Are you fucking serious, man? You know how many people out there are working minimum wage jobs, not begging anybody else for help and making it happen for their families? And here you are in your nice fucking house, you white liberal, asking for help from your fans that you told to go fuck off, essentially, if they're Comicsgate people. Man, I swear, these people have no shame. There is no shame in this group. And you know what? They deserve everything that's happening to them. And I will, in fact, celebrate them having a hard time. And I don't normally do that, but for these people, I think I will. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.